Hey Falcons, welcome to this screencast about our upcoming author visit with Kalynn Bayron. She'll be here on Wednesday, March 13th in the Albany High Library. Please stop by the library, check our social media, or check in with your English teacher about how to participate. We hope you'll join us. Let's take a look at some of the book titles that Kalynn has written. She has about 10 titles, and what she does like to do is mix things up. Here we have the classic Cinderella fairy tale. She falls in love with the prince and they live happily ever after. Well, Kalynn Bayron says, not so fast. Here she's taken the classic Cinderella tale and she's fractured it. This genre is actually called fractured fairy tales. So she's taken this story and turned it upside down. This is a romance, it's a little bit of fantasy, but it's a dystopia, which means that things are not what they seem. The main character is a 16-year-old girl named Sophia, and all the young women in the kingdom have to report to the palace for the annual ball where they'll be selected to be the wives of the townsmen. Let me tell you, Sophia is not having it. Take a look at the book cover on the right. Her dress is ripped. She's a little scuffed up, a little banged up. She is not interested in marrying one of the townsmen. So she's on the run. Find out what happens to Sophia in Cinderella is Dead. Next, we have another remix. This is My Dear Henry, where Kalynn Bayron has taken the classic story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and retold it in her own way. So the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde story, this was written by Robert Louis Stevenson many, many years ago. But it features the main character who by day is a respected doctor and scientist, and at night he converts into his alter ego. So that's the premise for this title. In My Dear Henry, the two main characters are Gabriel and Henry. It does take place in London in the 1880s. It's a bit of a mystery with some detectives thrown in there. There's some potions. It's historical fiction. Gabriel and Henry are actually more than friends, and Henry gets kicked out of medical school when this gets found out. One of the things you'll find, too, is that Kalynn Bayron does tend to have a lot of LGBTQ characters in her titles. But Gabriel's concerned because Henry's gotten kicked out of medical school, and he keeps going by his office, and there's this other person seen coming and going. And so that is the play on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Let's keep going. Next up, we have You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. This is the main character, Charity. Charity and her friends are working at this converted summer camp called Camp Mirror Lake. It's not a summer camp. It has been converted into a haunted house of sorts where the people buy tickets to be scared out of their wits. So Charity and her friends, they all have costumes and fake blood, and they stage this horror event where the ticket goers, love to be scared. Well, it's the last weekend of the event, and something's wrong. People have gone missing. Someone's been injured. And Charity realizes they're not alone. She's not supposed to die tonight. Find out what happens to Charity and her friends at Camp Mirror Lake. Next, we have this series. This is called This Poison Heart. The main character is Briseis. She is adopted. She's in high school. She lives in Brooklyn with her parents, and they get this letter from her biological family. Her great aunt has died and has left Briseis this upstate farmhouse for her to inherit. So her Briseis and her parents move upstate, and one of the superpowers and skills that Briseis has is that she can control plants and manipulate them. She's not very good at it. She doesn't know where she got this power from. This power is called chlorokinesis. And this book series is a play on the poison ivy character from the Batman series in the 1960s. So it's got a little bit of Greek mythology mixed in. If you liked Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief series, this is right up your alley. And then lastly, we have some short stories. Again, Kalynn Bayron loves horror and mermaids and all things LGBTQ. There's lots for you to enjoy with Kalynn Bayron. We hope you join us on Wednesday, March 13th. Our Read Like a Falcon initiative is going strong. Teachers can get their hands on Kalynn Bayron books in the library, as can students. And we hope that you'll join us for the author visit. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more screencasts.